Hello all, welcome to week 6 of Yaru Create. It's time for growth, creating content and putting yourself and your product out there. So joining with us tonight is me. I'm Calvin. I'm the creator for Yaru, and with me is our developer.
Yaru Create, it's time for
Jordan.
growth.
Hi guys, I'm Jordan. Today I'll guide you through how to use your custom domain on your created website.
Yes, and I will pass the floor to Jordan here in a bit. But before that happens, I'd like to review a few things here in a second. Basically going through the email that is sent to everyone. All right, if you can see my screen. So things that we'll be focused on today is getting yourself out there, and getting the right attention, using that attention to communicate your product's value, listening to the intent. A little bit more information soon, and proofing, reinforcing value, and rinsing and repeating. But I know it might be daunting to create your first content and putting yourself out there. I will be going into my slide here in a bit about that would hopefully give structure to the whole process. But first of all, get the right attention. And use that attention to create value, listen to intent to act. And because not every comment deserves action, but most comments deserve awareness. One-off comments like, where are your followers, may be a healthy reminder worth noting. Repeated comments from actual participants show that you need to reiterate your product and improve. And proof and reinforce the value. Proof is a requirement of growth. People want to see usage, wins, screenshots, audience reaction, and testimonials. All these can be turned into content that you can talk about on your page, right? And rinse and repeat, of course. And then you sleep, you wake up in the morning, and you do it all over again. And where everything will start is first the GPT. As you can see here, I have 3 GPTs that I have opened that has been provided to us, and we'll look through how each of the results look like. But before I go into the content side of things, I know that some of you are still waiting for a tutorial on how to put your waitlist or MVP into a custom domain. So, Jordan, kick it off.
Okay, thank you, Calvin. I'll start sharing my screen here. But before that, I must let you guys know that tomorrow Sharon will be posting the tutorials on our Discord server. So make sure to join our Discord and watch how Sharon made her tutorials. So back to my website. So I was vibe coding a website called Free Tissue. So it's just a free tissue where we give out free tissues, and just like the idea of free water, where brands will pay for putting their own ads on the packaging. So same ideas, but we're not here for the ideas. I will show you guys how I transform this plain website into some kind of like having some subtle animations on Replit before we jump into connecting to our custom domains. So Replit is actually a pretty strong AI. It can like create animations for us. And after I get this plain look of my UI, all I did is I just tell it that I'm having some plain and bland container, and I want to make some kind of a tissue box and tissue paper, even though it does not look like a tissue box or tissue paper at all. So I just try to prompt it to make it come out as what I'm thinking, but I may not be clear about that. That's why it come out look like this. But I just want to show you that you can upgrade your UIs from simple prompts like adding animations and parallax effects. And also Replit allow you to select on elements. So if you can see, there is a glitch around here. Or maybe we can just adjust our text sizes. I'll do it live, and I'll jump to the custom domain. Actually, we can just change the font here without prompting. We can just save changes, and we will continue working on it. So if you guys are using Lovable or Visual or any other AI tools and you want to connect to your custom domains, sadly on Replit, it must be paid in order to publish your app. But on Visual and Lovable, it's totally free. So before we start connecting to our custom domain, first you need your own domain. I already purchased my domain. It's called freetissue.space.
Nice.
It doesn't matter where you purchased your domains from. The concept of applying your custom domains are exactly the same. So I'm not sure if it had edited my font.
It doesn't seem like it did. Maybe the changes is too small. Go bigger.
Probably. Just a simple prompt. Okay, back to our custom domain. So I purchased my domain. You need to go to your domain management where you bought it from, and you go look for domain management settings. And what we are going to work on is the DNS records. On fork button, you can just click here. And the concept is actually pretty easy. On Replit or Visual or Lovable, we can just go to the domains settings and we can just connect to your domain. I'll enter my freetissue.space domain. And after connecting, we will get the DNS record to add on our domain provider. I'll just copy everything here.
Is Porkbun your domain provider? Yes, it is.
Yes,
okay.
yes, it
I've
is.
never heard of Porkbun before. Just,
Yeah, I was researching and I just wanted to try it out.
Okay.
So if you are getting this error, all you need to do is to remove your current record out of your domain.
Okay.
Okay, now I added one and we need to add another one. Make sure the type matches exactly the same how it shows here. It will be the same for Visual and Lovable.
Reminds me when I did email marketing. There's a lot of this. Looking at this.
Click add. And after adding, we can just click link.
Cool.
So we just wait for it to verify.
Wouldn't it be crazy if someone actually was faster than you? Stole your domain.
Well, I'm gonna cancel it.
Yeah, fair enough. You can just delete the record.
Yeah, while waiting, do you have any questions on vibe coding or anything, Calvin?
Questions on vibe coding. So it's the process is pretty much the same for Lovable and V0, right?
Exactly.
Why is this one not free and V0 and Lovable is free?
Well, it depends on the pricing models. I'm not sure how it was
You're
planned.
not you're not
Yeah.
Replit ambassador.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually still need to figure out how to do so. Well, first of all, I need to buy a domain and then actually have a custom one. right now it's still my domain is still very messy. I'm still using v0's Vercel.app.
Research.app.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But can I ask, like, how important is our domains for you?
Domain names
Yeah. Like,
actually like represent your brands. If you're having a brand, like for example, your Zenlift, right? You have zenlift.vercel.app. It look kind of
sketchy.
yeah, yeah, sketchy. That's
Yeah.
the word.
All right. And I think for me, my next, I have to figure out, and it's a challenge for myself too, is how do I put my app turn it into an app rather than a web app? That's a
Oh, like an actual application.
actual app. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be like really complex stuff.
Yeah, I know. I'm curious if that's even possible, but
So
we'll
I
see.
think our website is up, but there's some issue with SSL. But nothing to be worried about for now because it probably very fine. So that's how you connect your domain to your vibe coded app. It's actually that simple. All you need is a domain system.
And that's pretty much it, right? And
We
the
can
web
test it
support.
out on our actual domain. It's just
Cool.
mono. What should be our business name?
Pork bun. I like pork bun. We're
It will be
stealing
kind
theirs.
of the advertising. Okay, pork.
Okay, pork shumai.
Pork what?
Beef shumai. Shrimp shumai.
I cannot hear you.
Shrimp shumai.
Shrimp? How do you spell that?
So let's go with shrimp dumpling.
Okay, dumplings. Nice.
Yeah.
Your name. Okay, Jordan.
Oh, docs.
Tell us about your brand, Calvin. Your shrimp dumplings.
Shrimp dumplings. We provide domains for cheaper than pork bun.
We okay. Okay, I'll censor that.
Okay.
Okay, you're on the list. Let's check it
Alright,
out on the
Let's see.
admin.
That's easy. That's it. That's way
That's
too easy
easy.
to get into your admin. There's no.
Well, it's for
password.
prototyping, anyways.
Okay.
Yeah, so I use Replit to create my admin dashboard, and it looked pretty nice. It shows total signs up today, this week, this month. Or is actually enough for you to log the activity coming into your website and how many people join the waitlist.
Nice.
Yeah, that's pretty much it on how you can connect your domain to your vibe coded website on Vercel, on Lovable, or Replit.
Very
Yeah.
good. Very easy. And then once this is more like branding. Once you have the branding right, now you can make your you can start making your content. So speaking of
Exactly.
content, you want to pass it on to me?
Sure, I'll pass it on to you, Calvin. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Jordan. All right, let's start talking about the fun part, or content creation. Okay, right. Going into the GPT, a lot of the GPT's question is actually rethreading what your product, and it needs to learn your product. So many questions, but the outcome tends to be and ideas for what content you should shoot and talk about. And I will show you here in a bit, because I also added like if the content isn't what you want it to, or the hooks aren't what you're looking for, you can ask the ChatGPT for more specific hooks or content examples here. But before I go into Zenlift, I want to talk about Will's avocado business. Actually, so the one business that has stayed from the start of Yaru Create until now is Will's avocado business. Even my gym, I started off with a gym clothing and switched to gym app, but let's look at this avocado business. All right, we already know what he offers: fresh avocados right to your doorstep, B2C and B2B. And we'll ask questions more of like, It also looks for confirmation so that it understands correctly too. And next questions, main target, who the audience would be, a unique selling point, what makes your avocado special. And this pattern of questions is repeated in all the other examples as well. Basically, everything is gathering information so that it can help guide you or give content ideas to create. So 5 ideas based on recent news and trends, more reporting on news, avocado as late night snack, what science says. Hook, late night snack, but you don't want junk, let's talk avocado. So tailoring to more of the healthier crowd. The cool thing about this GPT, it also provides not only just the hook, it provides scripts as well, and the call to action. So hook, script, call to action. Very simple. Avocados are getting cheaper. Here's how not to waste them. This is mostly news. Kitchen hack, 10 extra seconds to save your avocados. Awesome. 5 evergreen ideas. Nice. So, of course, just a bunch of content that you pick from this and reformat this content per platform, TikTok, Reel, or Short. Keep one main idea and hit the hook the first 2 to 3 seconds. Something that we've been researching at Yaru, and what we're trying to get better at ourselves is understanding the importance of the first 3 seconds of a video. Basically, whatever comes after the first 3 seconds can be informative and middling, but what's important and what actually gets people's attention is the first 3 seconds. And even getting, if your sentence is longer than 3 seconds, drop-off rate is already at about 60 to 70%. And from one script, I would suggest to atomize it, not only create a video, create a post about it as well, a straight up 1 square photo or a carousel, and repurpose the same clip into YouTube Shorts. Okay. And as you can see here, what Will did is ask it to actually create a 30-day content schedule, so it's less, so that he doesn't have to pick and choose each content. He can just put this in his calendar, shoot it every day, and post it here. And it'll give a strategy on what type of content he should make and theme it week by week, who he is and why your avocados. More on Will himself talking about, give an introduction on him and his avocados, teach basics, help people more inform and educate, and recipes, as well as closer to talking directly to his B2B clients, basically. So yes, post 1 video per day. If you could do more than 1 video, that's great. Ideally, you should be doing at least 1 to 2 videos a day. And one tip I can give is that everyone's audience is a little bit different. Some audiences watch or play on the phone during different times of the day. A/B test posting in the morning, afternoon, and nighttime, and see which one yields better results. And there's also variables as well. Different days of the week yield also different results. Same video, but how well it performs changes throughout the week and day and hour that it's posted. Okay, after avocados.
I have a question, Calvin.
Yes,
Sorry
sir.
to cut you off. Like,
Okay.
you mentioned creating videos, 1 video per day, right?
Yes.
So what if the person is shy and not getting used to being in front of cameras? Do you have any tricks for that?
I'll get into that in my presentation, but
Okay.
because
Okay.
there's many methods of to cook an egg, and I started my first breakout ever
Hmm.
Instagram channel is faceless, and it's all about informing and educating, um, and it's just a carousel on TikTok, and that worked. Um, so I would there is huge limitations for that, and I found that limitation is that even though I had one specific brand, which is the art style that I was using to create the carousel. People know it by that specific art style, but the moment I want to branch out and add my face into it, but I couldn't because that's not what people were following for.
Yeah.
So there is positives and negatives for to have a faceless channel because when nowadays when people want to subscribe to, and I'm not talking about like just subscribe to your channel, but
Hmm.
subscribe to your lifestyle, subscribe to your product. They would prefer if they get to know you specifically and focus in on like they follow you for who you are.
Yeah.
That is
Exactly.
very important. So I would encourage you to find the courage to be in front of a camera. But if you want to start, you can start with going faceless, or because the most important thing is actually facing the fear and get your first 10 posts out, and then it'll be easier from there.
Yeah. Thank
Hope
you.
that helps.
In my opinion, I think like if you are creating brands, right? At one point,
Yes.
you want to like represent yourself as the owner or the creator of the brand. So why
Yes.
just don't do it? Just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are a free commodity that you can use.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. If you want an AI avatar to represent you, it that also costs money. But you in front of a camera, in front of a face, in front of your tripod, or just in front facing camera, that's free.
Yeah.
Okay, and
Thank
also
you.
easier.
Yeah. A
Yeah,
lot easier.
a lot easier because you don't have to reprompt, and then it's like, oh, this part is saying it weird, but
Trying to keep
cool.
your face the same.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All
Thank you.
right. Thank you very much for the question. So, help me create organic content for my business. And this is from Git. If you guys remember, he came on to week 4 as well as week 3 and 2 and 1. And he has an out of home advertising business that he wants to promote. And it is basically billboards. And instead of billboards, it's uh, billboard in car wrap form on taxis, and he's selling that space. So, what is your product or service offering? That's exactly what I said. And let me repeat this back. Car matches brands with car owners, pretty much. Add advertising through full wraps and digital screens facing outwards, precisely. So wow, this is actually this very short. This is by far the shortest. Even mine. You'll look into mine, and I gave you like very precise information, but it didn't ask me. It asked me quite a few questions still. But this is very short. Okay, well that's an aside. So ideas based on recent news and trends. The rise of digital car ads. Why now is the time? So more professional, knowing that this is more of a B2B business, and the people that he wants to speak to is chief marketing officers or marketing directors down to marketing managers. So it has, I imagine the target platform would be someplace like LinkedIn, maybe X, but more LinkedIn. Did you know The global digital out of home and ad market is booming. Your car could ride the next wave. Okay, all right. It's also to gather people's sign up for people to sign up their cars to be wrapped. Mobile billboard to deliver huge reach. See the numbers. Nice. This is two CMOs. Okay, so a little bit different. He needs to target both the car drivers and the business, and the brands. What brands often miss out? Da-da-da. Evergreen content. How to check if your car is good for ads? 5 quick signs. Myth versus reality. Nice. So again, you can make 2 to 3 videos post per week using these ideas. I wonder why not every day. Interesting. Most of these can be done through carousel or just like an article post, like multiple times a day too. If you were to do this, I would suggest to do a post like 2 times a day at minimum. Use data and recent trends to show credibility, of course. Nice. Alternate between content of car owners and content for brand and advertisers. Yeah, because you're doing both. You have to onboard both. Format differently depending on the platform. TikTok Reels, more details for long form, YouTube, and LinkedIn. I would target the CMOs for LinkedIn and then try to onboard the car drivers on TikTok and Instagram Reels. That's how I would separate those two. But there we have it. Awesome. If I were to, which one would you pick, Jordan? Ideas based.
Wait, sorry to cut you off. Will said he left a comment on YouTube, but I'm not seeing the comment.
Oh, okay.
Can you please check it out?
Okay. While you look for that, I'll give my thoughts. To be honest, do them all. See what works. See what works. That's the best. That's the best way to know, right? Okay. Week 3.
Wait,
sorry. GPT-3. Did you find the comment?
No, I cannot access the comments on my YouTube. Can you please check it out?
All right. 1 second. I'm going to stop sharing real quick and check out. Look up on YouTube. So while I open this up, I'll talk about a little bit about my mega awesome gym app, and that I'm very proud of. And it's all vibe coded. I managed to do an MVP. Okay, right. Thanks for sharing my project. I want to ask Jordan. He wants to ask Jordan, what if I want to change some text on my waitlist? My GPT response always actually gave me some good wording and messaging I want to use, but not quite sure how to fine tune the waitlist I vibe coded. Changing information, like how you did the changing the words and stuff. How do you?
Okay.
Yeah, I'll pass this on to you a little bit.
All right.
Okay. Go back to your waitlist.
I can share my screen, right? Okay.
Yep.
So back to our waitlist. So we'll ask about sharing text. Is that correct? So what we basically can do, we can just prompt it to change it. But on Replit, we can select part of the text, which is really helpful. Let me check. And what should we call it?
What?
So I'm showing you how to change the text.
Copywriting?
I mean copywriting. Copywriting?
Yeah, that's the copyright. COPYWRITING.
Okay. Oh, copywriting.
Yeah.
Change it to copywriting. Is that correct?
Oh no. All right. Okay. What you want?
Okay. Sorry.
All right. Thought you meant a prompt.
Freetissue.universe. I'll just change tell it to change from freetissue.space to freetissue.universe. But I will show you the other way, because on Replit we can select on elements, right? But on ChatGPT or on something else, we cannot select the elements.
Is this a tissue company that you're starting?
I wish. Okay, since we just select our text element and we just tell it what to change.
All right.
And also, I have something to mention on our website. So when you are purchasing your domain, make sure you have to purchase the certificate, the SSL certificate. Most of the domain providers, they bundle it when you are buying it. So the reason is that for all the security purposes, if you don't have the SSL certificates, your website is prone to being hacked, and hackers can like grab your information. I'm just explaining it in the simplest term. So make sure you grab to get this SSL certificate when you are buying your domains.
Okay. Yeah, I remember Cloudflare just gives you the SSL certificate.
Yeah.
And you can also like, you can even also link it up to Google.
So back to our website. We now add a text change, right? So what about a website that does not have the select elements? It's actually quite similar. We just tell it where. For example, we have joined a waitlist, right? First thing we're gonna do, we don't know where it is, but the AI don't know where it is, but we know. So we just tell it. I'll just use the word form because it's easy for audience to understand. On the form on the right. To wait, well, actually, we just changed the text, but Will was asking about changing some words. Should we try to change this
Yes.
this text to be more like direct to our target audience?
Yeah.
I'll change it to that. We just tell the AI where the element is instead of we picking it up on the floating paper.
Oh, that's a floating paper. Oh, it
Yeah,
is.
it's actually a floating paper.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Element. Change the subtitle text to be more of. I cannot think of a word. Can you help me, please, Calvin?
To be more fun.
Be more fun. Okay. Very simple.
Add a joke.
Add joke. But
What is the audience? I don't think the AI.
yeah, actually, I already included in the prompt of what I'm building. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. Good.
Earlier, so it might know the context of my website of our audience, or we can just parentheses and in case it forgot. Okay. While waiting, do you have any questions?
No questions. This is pretty good. Usually, what I do, I just like put in the quote of like change this to this, and then it'll.
That also works. That
Yeah.
also works.
Yeah. Many ways to do one thing when it comes to vibe code.
Here, without picking the elements, it just change the text for us. It just know where it is because we tell it where which element we are selecting, which part we want to change, and what do we want to change for. And also we ask it to help us think of a sentence that match our target audience. Here. Will, thank you for your questions, and I hope what I just showed you really answered your question. Thank you.
I'm curious to what happens if he actually, because Will has a GPT that gives him a copywriting, the full website copywriting. I wonder what happens if he just copies the whole change and then just throw into Lovable and is like, change all the copywriting to be like this copy. I wonder how that will go. Probably not the best, but worth a shot too. Check it out. Like experiment. Let's see what happens, and then report back.
Probably
Okay,
freeze. Okay.
cool. Thank you very much, Jordan, and thank you very much, Will, for that for the question. All right.
Okay.
Oops.
I'll pass it to you, Comment.
There we go. I'm just gonna go back to my spiel here on. So this is my app that I already made an MVP out of, and so very proud of that. Maybe click on this. It's 2 different apps. Awesome, great, amazing. But what is the product? What's okay? I already, like I said, previous weeks, I always have a project folder, and it knows everything about this project, right? So I asked it to give me a summary again, which updates week by week because there's always new information. So I posted in here. It asked me, "What is my product or service offering?" So I threw in the same document, which now it understands. Like, oh yeah, needs to understand a little bit better about what I'm doing. Basically, it already knows what my product is. It just needs reassurance that what it thinks is correct. So, is this correct? Yes. It's an app that tells people what to train each day. And who's the main person you want to help first? This, it probably doesn't know. So I want to help myself figure out what I should work out and what weight in order to progress. Got it. Is that accurate? What training problem do you personally hit the most? Not knowing the weights, I'm an advanced lifter, so progress is slow, which means sometimes I increased weight last session, and I'm not able to consistently track my mesocycles. It's but I'm struggling with this as an advanced and very knowledgeable lifter. How confusing must it be to be a casual? That is who I want to target. Casual to advanced people. So it reiterated. If yes, next question. When you open it, what is the exactly or something different? Exactly. Okay, great. Updated summary. Oh, he already knows. Okay, that's fine. The rest is just me assuring it before it finally has the courage to tell me the different. First of all, market. What the market says right now, what that means for my app, and what to watch out for to validate my app as well. There we go. Basically, what I should have in my MVP. And content ideas. So news. You don't need to plan weeks ahead to get stronger. One good thing about content creation is if the topic of the topic of your video is something you're passionate about and something that you're knowledgeable about, it works to your advantage because now you know what type of hooks work on your audience or your target audience, and you know what content people want to see. So yeah, which helps also to filter out good and bad hooks. Now, you don't need to plan weeks ahead to get stronger. What if your workout changes automatically? If you look at this, I barely even look at the script. Now, first thing I do is I always look at the hook, which is because if people are not watching if people are not subscribed, or if people don't like your hook, people are not going to look at your script, and even less people will look at your CTA. So why most fitness apps fail busy people? This is a good hook. Short, and I can say it out all in 30 seconds. And also, it's intriguing. the AI trainer you actually want, not the hypey kind. Okay, this I'm not here. I wouldn't use this. But how to pick today's workout if you also run, train Muay Thai, or do other sports. Each of this could be separate content, which this is good. And why an 8-rep rule might outsmart fancy periodization. This is too in-depth. People don't really care about that too much. Simple workout programming for people who hate planning. Perfect. How to avoid overtraining when you mix strength and sports. Still, my target and still broad enough. It's good. Why hitting every gym day doesn't guarantee progress. All good. But what I want from it is a little bit more of my voice. I want it to be more personable and less polished, impromptu recording, more like gym vlog videos. So it needs reassurance again, what I mean. And it gave me 5 trend-based gym vlog ideas, raw and personal, in the middle of my squat sets, and something annoyed me today. This is amazing. This is what people tend to jump into, because if I'm in like already at the gym, that's probably what the already gives the context of what I'm probably going to be talking about, and what is annoying me today. And then they will watch on, right? Quick gym rant while I catch my breath. Perfect. Between sets. These are great. So don't always just go for the first set of hooks and script that it gives you. It's better to maybe also like look for inspirations that you want to mimic. Great artist copy. So if you look at someone's content and you think that you can do their type of content well, put that in, reference them pretty much. So yeah, this is great. And now all I have to do is to post once a day and minimum, and then repurpose that into various different platforms. All right, Jordan, you got any question?
No question. But
Nice.
I will have something to add up after you finish this. But what I have something to say about the Yaru Create Week 6.
Yes.
I'm actually impressed by how it shortened the answer. The question for us is just like one sentence each on the very first part, right?
Yeah.
Normally,
Yeah.
like ChatGPT was just asks a lot of questions. It's just one sentence. You just answer it one by one.
Yeah, I think when it comes to content creation, maybe I'm wrong on this, but my assumption is that when it comes to content creation, it works off of a template already. There's a template that we'll go to, basically hook, script, and call to action. With that, you can change whatever topic whatever industry that you want to talk about through that template. Feel free to, once you master it, and once you master the act of content creation, feel free to change that format. But one thing is true, and one thing that is always important is the hook always stays. Because if you're not getting people to watch and engage on your content in the first 3 seconds, that video will not get more than 200 views.
Because if we are looking at ourselves, right, when we are swiping on reels, we just like have some focus on it for like 1 to 3 seconds, and then we just
sometimes not even 1 second. Like if I watch how Opal swipes, it takes I feel like, compared to some other people, I feel like I give videos more of a chance. It's like 1 every 2 videos I would swipe, but I watch some people just like swipe for 10 videos and watch 1. Which is insane. But anyways.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Will ask, can he use a GPT fast or to make like scripts for him to help him create content after the 30 days planner is already given to him?
You can keep using this GPT. It will always be there. If I were to give you an advice, I would put this in okay, all right. Okay, not this one, but if you want, for some reason I cannot. For some reason I can't add this into my project, but usually you can.
Can you click see more under your project?
Under my browser.
I know under sponsorship on your project left side.
There we go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Usually you can just put this in the put this in here, but for some reason it's not working right now. Never mind. But an alternative would just copy everything from here and throw it into a new ChatGPT in under your project and continue from there. So yes, you can use this as well.
Yeah.
Long-winded way to say that.
I also have a trick for vibe coding when you don't want to like spend your tokens.
Yes.
Oh, can I like share my screen for a second?
No, go for it.
It's gonna be like a very simple tricks. Like you don't have to understand code to do this. So I vibe coded a zombie game, a zombie wave game, right?
Yep.
And let's say I want to change the text here, but prompting gonna cost my tokens. And for the free version of Visual, it has like 5 messages per month or per day probably. And what can we do is I can just search for zombie. We go to the code tab, right? And we click on search, and we just search for the text.
Oh, and replace.
Yeah, but it's just for like replacing text. So you are not messing up with the functions or the features of your app, just the text surface. So it's a lot easier.
Yeah, nice. Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah. Like for example, what I did on Replit, yeah, I was prompting it to change some simple text. But instead, actually, if I have access to the code, I can just find the text and I can just change it.
Good stuff, man. Nice.
Yeah, like simple tricks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This is no longer vibe coding though. It's straight up coding. Doesn't apply. Okay. All right. Back onto the lecture. I want to talk a little bit more about content creation, and then I will leave you guys off with a smile and a good night or good morning, depending on where you are. I want to talk about content brain. So, seeing the world through the lens of creation. It is a change of mindset that I want to introduce to everyone. That soon, if you train your mind to see the world into things that you could turn into content, it'll make this whole process easier. So the content creation pipeline, what do you need? Shoot, edit, and publish. It is very simple. All you need to do is just shoot, capture that first 3 seconds, and through editing, and then publish it, and you have your first content. And you can get comfortable doing this 3 times a day to practice if you want. 3 tools that you can use. Shoot with your phone camera. It's not free, of course. We all bought it, but since we already bought it, it's there. And if you haven't, if you've paid it off fully, then it's free. So shoot with your phone camera, front camera, back camera, doesn't matter as much at this point. And edit it using CapCut. CapCut has free. CapCut is free. Edits by Meta is getting a lot better now, and it competes with CapCut. So that is another free alternative with less restrictions as well. Oh, did I hear a hand? Oh, okay, never mind. All right. Okay, so and publish through either any of the platforms that you would like: TikTok, Reels, X, LinkedIn, YouTube. Ideally, more than one of those, but yeah, you will find that each platform requires different ways to reach that audience. So what is content brain? It's a mental shift from passive consumer to active creator. It's when you stop experiencing life and start translating those experiences into shareable stories in whatever format. So, from what am I seeing to how would I show this to my audience? And this could be from mundane to memorable. Um, if you can imagine, simple observation, just drinking water. A creator's insight would look at the visual opportunity, just find something maybe aesthetic or maybe not aesthetic, and plus relatable moment, and then share that content through a story that resonates with thousands. Um, in this example, it's just drinking water, but for me, for example, a I had an experience of sitting down and it's late at night and I was smashing my head on the wall, uh, figuratively, with trying to vibe code my app. That in itself could be a shareable moment because I've learned a lot from it. I can share what I learned from that process because all it took was just one line of code that the AI got wrong and when it wasn't able to, it wouldn't be able, it didn't find until I actually had to click on it and then look at it myself. And that is recorded, made into a funny video and shared on X and also TikTok. So train your brain to see the story's potential in everything around you and what you do. So creators mindset shift. Before, you were just acknowledging that things are happening, but through this process, I would like you to translate these experiences into stories and also capture it. So the three lenses of the content brain. One, curiosity. So ask yourself what is interesting here and think of a hook or a compelling idea that stops people from scrolling. The relevance, who would care about this, and finding your audience that match with you. Does this solve a problem, spark an emotion, or teach something valuable? Find an angle to talk to base your content on. And the format. So we get into how, as Jordan asked, if you are shy to be in front of the camera, what do you do? I have, of course, here, how do you show it? Front facing camera, talking head, back camera pointing at the screen, back camera pointing at the camera, at the mirror. Those are ways that you can film yourself. You can do faceless channels, but I encourage you to be out and put yourself out there by doing these. So these are all of us. Actually, technically, this front camera on the screen is faceless. You can do that. There's a trend going on where it's just like a plastic hand tapping on the screen, not even talking, but just tapping on the screen. So that's a thing. So on the left here is me, of course. Yeah, front back camera on a mirror. This is one of our editors. Um, front camera at front camera on the facing himself talking, and a green screen on the right. And real world example. So ordinary moment of I'm drinking water. Sunlight, the creative brain instead sees an aesthetic angle of sunlight hits the bottle just right. Relatable thought, hydration check, and narrative hook. Can you overdose on water? And that is all. Right. Any question, guys? Hey, Jonathan, by the way, thank you for joining today.
Thank you, Calvin.
Hey guys.
Hello,
Yeah,
Jonathan.
appreciate it. Yeah.
Nice.
Thanks as well. You guys doing great, and appreciate the insights and for sharing those information. Super helpful.
Yes. Jonathan actually has a finance channel. If you guys want to follow him on TikTok,
Oh,
share your finance channel onto the Discord.
I,
That'll be
I,
awesome.
I do have a
Yeah.
TikTok and other social, but I'm no longer active. But hopefully, eventually, I could start again creating contents.
All right. Can I ask? What is You're very bold to put yourself out there. What tip would you give to people that are shy to be in front of the camera?
Well, so if I give one useful tip for someone who wanted to start creating content, all I want to
Mm.
say is just do it. I mean, you
Yeah.
don't know which content will provide you a good conversion, and as we always say, practice makes permanent. So if you don't practice on a regular basis, so there's no way for you to test if this, let's say, for example, this kind of approach or this kind of content will be very, very useful for your audience. So you have to just do it every day consistently. When I used to do this contents in back, I think 3 years ago, um, I remember I was shooting for like 3 hours
Mm.
and create small piece of contents for that long video, and I make sure that I posted 3 to 5 contents a day. So
Nice.
it's every day, like from
Yeah.
Monday to Sundays consistently. Because although someone taught me that, and I've learned that the algorithm of TikTok and other social media platforms is that once you post contents regularly, consistently, the platform will reward you by providing you audience, and you don't know which content. So
Yes.
if you're shy, I mean, it's a good start. Like people
Yeah.
will appreciate you, right? If they see that you
Yeah.
look so shy on your videos, I mean, people will connect. Like, oh, if you can do it, I can also do it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. And sometimes it's endearing for someone that is like s- someone is shy and more down to earth. Like that could people would follow you for that. There is always an audience.
correct,
Yeah.
correct. And I agree with you. There will always be an audience, and you don't know who will be these people. So just find a good niche, talk about it, teach them about what you know, your maybe your passion, your skills, something that you believe that you're good at, and
Mm.
then and also I've seen what you guys are doing, especially with Calvin. You're very active recently on TikTok. And you're doing great with your content. Yeah, just keep it up. And for some newbies or maybe aspiring content creator as well, just do it.
Just
Awesome.
do it.
Thank you for your insight, Jonathan.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
All right. I do want to share some other of our Yaru Create members here, and their post. So this is Kunjir Put's X account, and he's been posting it regularly with his Carbon Chain Coin Network. So do follow him. And Alyssa also is posting on LinkedIn for the most part with a lot of engagement. Actually, it is one day ago to promote her new building new lab. So definitely go show some love here as well. Right. And with that, I think it's time, right, Jordan?
It's time. Thank you so much, Calvin.
Okay. All right. Awesome. I'd like to thank everyone for joining, and I'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsor, Kadi, the lightest, fastest privacy layer in Web3, for helping us make Yaru Create happen. So we have an in-person hangout tomorrow, 7 p.m. Bangkok time in Bangkok, in our office at Work Lab. See you there. If not, see you next week.
Bye,
Thank you very
guys.
much, everyone.